Hey there, this is Erica from Ever Educating, and this channel is teaching tips, tools, ideas, and resources for new college instructors. Currently, I'm in my Teacher Summer series, which I've linked below the full playlist. And this video is kind of a part 2 to my Tuesday video. That one was about free PD. Today is specifically about 5 different free newsletters that I recommend for educators. So I'm going to share my screen and show you each of these newsletters, what websites they're from, how you can sign up, and all of that. The first newsletter is a bonus one. It's my own, so it's not included in the 5 that I mentioned in the title of this video. But I did want to let you know that I do have a monthly newsletter. It goes out at the end of each month, the last Friday, and I just kind of post important news as well as what's new on my blog and my YouTube channel, and then a couple resources or free events that I think might interest my readers. So for example, June 9th and 10th, there's a free online summit called Remote, the Connected Faculty Summit. And it's a great summit to learn a lot during the various panels about education, ed tech, pedagogy, all of that. So I have a link to it as one of my resources, and I'll link it below as well. And then it gives you the password and link to my resource library. So my library basically has free PDFs that you can download at any point in time. So that has some larger ones as well as ones that tie into various blog posts and videos from Ever Educating. So that's a bonus one in case you're interested. I'll link below so you can sign up for it. So the first newsletter that is part of this list is the TeachThought newsletter. And so as you can see here, we grow teachers, so innovation in education, the growth of innovative teachers. And right over here on the right, you can go ahead and click newsletter and put in what do you want to get content on. So I love this because it gets really specific here. So critical thinking, project-based learning, tech, pedagogy, right? Do you want to have information about courses, webinars, PD, etc.? So highly recommend that you check out this one because you can get really specific with what you want. So TeachThought has a lot of resources that can be very useful. You don't need the newsletter, but I do think it's one that I would recommend. Now, Teacher Vision is focused on K through 12, but I do think there's a lot of information that can still be helpful if you're teaching college classes. Especially in my case, I'm teaching freshmen often, so it's really only one grade of difference from 12th graders to freshmen in college. But another one that I recommend, they have tons of resources in this website that might appeal to you. And so signing up for the newsletter would obviously be helpful to just get it into your inbox, the latest news. So if you go to the bottom, you can click newsletters and you can decide which newsletters do you want, right? So you put in your email address and then you have some options here, right? And it tells you what they are. So timely and seasonal content ties in, printables, lessons, holiday activities, or do you want special offers? So free content for the classroom alongside exclusive educational deals, or daily warm-ups, teaching tips, education games, etc., right? So you can enter and you can choose which one you want. I don't like receiving daily newsletters, but maybe that is something that interests you. But they have 3 options here, and you can see whether or not it's something that will appeal to you. Edutopia is great. Again, a lot of K through 12 here, but you can go ahead, right, and you can say, well, what is it that you want? And you can say, yes, please. And you have these options here. I go ahead and said high school, right, because it's closest to college. And then you can continue and you put in your email address. So I can't show you the whole thing here, but you can say what grades are you working with? Or you can say skip for now and just go straight into signing up for the newsletter. And just to show you, the newsletters I receive, so they have basically links to resources. In this case, Summer 21 Reads for teachers, Learning Blooms in outdoor classrooms, simple ways to administrators can support teachers, reading aloud. So you can just go through and see which resources appeal to you and obviously read those and then delete the inbox newsletter once you're done with it. Now, this one is not for everybody, but it's kind of an example type of newsletter, and that's a newsletter connected to whatever subject that you teach. So in my case, I have NCTE, which is the National Council of Teachers of English, and so obviously a lot of resources for me as a teacher of literature and composition. So plenty to look around and see what interests you. But having a newsletter in your inbox is great, so you know about upcoming events and have the latest news in blogs and resources and all of that.
So if you go to the bottom of the page, you can just subscribe for bi-weekly emails. So again, what subject do you teach? And just Google search newsletters tied to that subject. And so all the ones before this were specifically about teaching resources, teaching help. But I do think if you're teaching in higher ed, that getting newsletters like Inside Higher Ed can be helpful. So in this case, you say again, daily or weekly. I do weekly. Do you want specialized newsletters? I do the diversity one. Put in your information and subscribe for free. So that's an option as well.
If you found this video helpful, click like and let me know. Subscribe so you don't miss out on any future content. And if you have your own suggestions of newsletters we should sign up for, let us know in the comments below.